Trump's iron grip on the Republican base is falling apart. This poll was conducted just after Democrats took that massive win in Virginia and New Jersey and Georgia, Mississippi, literally everywhere, here in California, where it dropped 10 points in his handling of the government, in his management of the government. The area that is most interesting, where it took the biggest hit, or at least a major hit, is this, 13-point drop among Republicans between March, where it was at 81%, and now here in November it's at 68% in his handling of his management of the government. Of independents, it has gone through the absolute floor, where it went from 38 to 25. That is that's a 13-point drop. So this is freaking huge. But this does not include the fact that right now Donald Trump has his little pet name that Epstein gave him of Dirty Dawn. You know, as he's looking at women and all this stuff, playing with all these girls, which is going eventually to force a bigger and bigger discussion that will reach, hopefully, the Katie Johnson rape. And what happened with her. And what happened at the one-stop parties that Trump put on, and everything else that eventually will be talked about with regard to the 20,000 emails that got disclosed. Republicans are trying to bend over backwards to try to find a way to talk about this, including with Megyn Kelly literally trying to excuse statutory rape, that, they were having sex with teenage girls, not 8-year-olds, which, by the way, is statutory rape. So Trump is now connected to situations in which he committed the crime of statutory rape, which has both criminal and civil penalties. But this is where it all comes down to. Will this 68% drop even further? I personally believe it is almost inevitable to drop now that Trump is absolutely being killed in the Epstein issue, because there is a significant portion of this bloc that is all about, that still cares about Epstein, that was still waiting to hear about Epstein, and had not yet made their decision, was not going to make their judgment until they saw something. And now you have 20,000 emails talking about real data, and New York and everything else beginning to sing. And we're on our way to the vote for the release of the emails. And not just the release of the emails, but the release of the FBI and the DOJ data, which is going to be even more devastating. This is going to make certain that Congress people vote to release the files, and even Republican senators. And the reason why they will is because this 68% could be significantly lower. It could be 58. It could, it's because of this. Because Republicans were told since 2015 that ignore all of Trump's relationships with Epstein, ignore all the stuff, because it's really like the deep state and all this stuff, it's all BS. But now there is there is hard data that links this, and that's going to bring down this 68% number even lower, with independents who really, have no desire to be loyal to Trump as deeply as Republicans will. This could drop to 10 and 15%. It could get down to Democratic levels of 5%. Trump is toast. MAGA is toast. Anyone who is going to inherit this is going to be inheriting the fact that this data was all public knowledge since 2015, and every single person who stood behind Trump from 2015 till now, who did not reject him because of the clear connections Trump had to Epstein, they are going to get burned into dust. At least that's what I see, considering that these poll numbers of handling of government is this low. And this is before, again, before the release of all of these emails and everything that is in them, and that will keep bringing the pressure to bring those numbers down. So like, share, describe, discuss. Let's talk. Talk to you soon.